Anthony Bongiorno is joining us in the studio today, and he is my local supplier at the Queen Victoria Market. He's all about fresh seasonal produce, and I'm going to recreate one of your famous dishes that you sell at your stall, the pumpkin soup. Yep. Now I know you're really familiar with this because this is one of your recipe cards, so I'm going to do one of my own takes on pumpkin soup because let's face it, everyone needs one of those recipes up their sleeve.
Of course, especially when it's cold.
Especially when it's cold. So what I'm going to do, I've come through, I've got a beautiful pumpkin from your stall. I'm going to ask you to cut it for me.
Yep.
You're the expert on this. So a lot of pumpkins obviously pass through your stall. When it comes to choosing a pumpkin, what are you looking for?
If it's a whole pumpkin, make sure there's no soft spots. A bit more colour, a bit of green, brighter the better.
Brighter the better.
If it's in half or anything like that, go for the brightest one.
The brightest one.
Brightest orange.
I need about a quarter of it, between 500 and 800 grams, somewhere between that, just in nice fine cubes. So I've got some pancetta here, got that from the deli hall. Gone and seen Con, you're probably familiar with him.
Yep, seen him before.
Supplying lovely cheese and cured meats. And this is just going to go into a frying pan to the side. Now pumpkins in the restaurant, they're one of the ingredients that people cut themselves on most. Is there any tips you got for cutting them?
Cut away.
Cut away.
Push down, and then turn it, push down again.
He's just made that look so easy.
It's done. Basically, if you want to put that back in the fridge so it stays nice and fresh, try and cut as least off it, so you go like that, nice quarter.
Look at that. That's why you get experts in to do this. There is no way I would have handled that pumpkin with such grace. So now if you could, just some cubes in this, about 2 centimetre cubes.
2 centimetres, yep.
And I'm going to put that in the pot and we're going to get the soup going on the stove while I get ready with our lovely pancetta topping.
Sounds good.
What sort of produce do you see through the stalls at the Bongiorno brothers?
Mainly all the veggies.
Yeah.
All the veggie lines we got, especially during winter. We get every single veggie. We probably cut down on all our fruits.
And talk me through the seasons from summer, autumn, winter through to spring. What are you looking for in each season and what should people be reaching for at home?
Summer's more like the corn we go for, you know, the nice barbecues.
Yeah.
Winter, go more like the parsnips, some potatoes.
Yeah.
Chuck in a pan. Beautiful.
Beautiful, just saute it off.
Yep.
Now into this pan, Anthony, 40 to 50 grams of pancetta, which is a cured spiced pork, and it's gonna add that lovely flavor to the pumpkin soup. And I'm gonna add some rosemary to it. Rosemary and pumpkin matches made in heaven.
Yep.
Nice woody, tough herb, because this is eventually gonna go in the oven. And now a cup to 2 cups of stale old sourdough, and just give that a toss with the oil. Make sure all the bread becomes coated, because that's gonna help it roast off in the oven and become golden brown. Yep. What do you cook at home? Do you cook a lot at home?
I kind of do. I like cooking. I'm a big fan of stir fries. Just a bit of veggies, a bit of meat. Yeah, the hockey noodles. Sometimes I do it with rice, just mix in the same thing, add rice.
And with those types of dishes, it is all about the fresh produce.
Yeah.
That's something that I suppose you're an expert on. That's perfect. Yep. Now that's about, I'd say what, 500 grams there?
Yeah, close to that.
Yeah, close to that. So I've just put some extra virgin olive oil into a big pot, and in all these pumpkin cubes go. And we're gonna sweat these off until they're just becoming tender, then add in some good quality Australian stock and cook it until it's really soft to the touch. And in that time, this is gonna go in the oven and roast off and become golden brown. Look at that, Anthony. All done. Now, Anthony and I have blitzed that up, added a little bit of cream and butter for some extra richness and smoothness. Now it's time to plate up. Now, these are the croutons. Look at that. They've become
nice.
Golden brown. You can smell that rosemary and pancetta. I hope this lives up to your recipe card, by the way. This is it. Look at that, the vibrant yellow pumpkin. Now that comes from choosing a fresh pumpkin. Thanks to Anthony, I got the freshest, but also cooking it really quickly.
Yep.
That makes sure the colour transfers over from the raw ingredient into your final soup. Nice, vibrant yellow. Now just some of these lovely croutons and rosemary and pancetta. Look at that. Nice and crunchy. just over the top, and that's going to add such a nice salty flavour. And lastly, Anthony, this is my touch, a little bit of freshly shaved Parmesan.
My favourite.
Just, oh, good. Your brother actually likes a bit of cheese too.
I think it runs in the family.
You know what, Anthony? We might get some fresh cracked black pepper.
Yep.
Just straight over the top.
Want me to do it?
Yeah. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Let me know what you think. Now, it's really easy. The key steps is starting with a great ingredient. Yum. Cook
Beautiful.
it quickly. And finish it off lastly with my roasted crouton, rosemary and pancetta garnish. So lovely, so simple, and a celebration of everything that's coming from this market. Thank you so much, Anthony, for giving me that wonderful pumpkin.
Thank you. Beautiful.
How good is a pumpkin soup?
Beautiful.